In addition to agriculture, mining also plays an important role in Mozambique's economy. Major resources such as gold and tantalum, a metal used in electronics manufacturing, contribute significantly to the national income. The growth of the mining industry has opened up many job opportunities and boosted the country's economy. Imagine waking up to the rhythm of traditional music, surrounded by a rich tapestry of cultures that have thrived for centuries. In Mozambique, life pulses with vibrant energy, from the heartwarming smiles of its people to the deep-rooted traditions passed down through generations. This land, where ancient customs blend with modern life, is also home to incredible efforts in animal conservation, safeguarding species that roam its breathtaking landscapes. Get ready to explore a side of Africa you've never seen before, where culture, people, and wildlife converge in the most awe-inspiring ways. 1. One of the main tourist attractions in Mozambique is its wildlife reserves, where safaris can be taken. These reserves cover more than 12% of the country's land area and include 6 national parks and 6 national reserves. The largest protected area in the country is the Niassa National Reserve, where visitors can observe lions, leopards, elephants, buffalo, zebras, wild dogs, and other species. These reserves not only play an important role in protecting wildlife but also provide opportunities for sustainable tourism development in the country. 2. Due to years of civil war, habitat loss, and uncontrolled use of natural resources, Mozambique's giraffe population has declined rapidly in recent years. Reintroductions have taken place, and it is estimated that there are now around 250 South African giraffes in the country. These efforts demonstrate Mozambique's commitment to the conservation and recovery of rare wildlife species, ensuring the country's biodiversity. 3. Rhinos became extinct in Mozambique 40 years ago due to poaching and civil war. However, in 2022, 20 white rhinos and 7 black rhinos were reintroduced from South Africa to various national parks. The return of rhinos is not only a major step forward in conservation but also a symbol of revival and hope for wildlife in Mozambique. 4. Poaching has been a problem in Mozambique for decades. Rhino horns cost between $3,600 and $177,000, with the 2 main markets being China and Vietnam, where they are used in traditional medicine. Dehorning or filing is a preventative measure to prevent poachers from killing them. However, the horns grow back after a few years, and what poachers value is their weight, so they can still kill rhinos even if the horns have not fully grown back. 5. The flag of Mozambique features green, black, yellow, and white stripes, a red triangle, a yellow star, an open book, and an image of a cross pickaxe and rifle. These elements represent the country's resources, peace, heritage, and independence. It is one of only 2 global flags, including Guatemala, to feature weapons, symbolizing defense and emphasizing agriculture and education. 6. Mozambique has 30,000 kilometers of roads, but only 5,600 kilometers are paved, most of which are located around Maputo and other major urban areas. Traveling outside these areas requires a 4-wheel drive vehicle, as smaller vehicles are not suitable. There are also 3,100 kilometers of railways used by both locals and foreigners. Mozambique's transport system is improving, but challenges remain, particularly in maintaining and developing rural transport infrastructure. 7. Mozambique is one of the poorest countries on the African continent and is frequently affected by droughts and cyclones that cause flooding in coastal areas. The country is sparsely populated, and most people live in coastal areas or in the fertile Zambezi River Valley in the north. Mozambique's harsh climate and unique geographical location greatly affect the lives and livelihoods of its people. 8. The country's diverse wildlife populations include water buffalo, elephants, warthogs, leopards, baboons, giraffes, zebras, antelopes, lions, rhinos, hippos, crocodiles, and many more. These animals are not only tourist attractions but also play an important role in Mozambique's ecosystem. 9. Arguably, the most dangerous animal in Mozambique is the Plasmodium falciparum mosquito, as it transmits malaria. However, there are also deaths from attacks by other animals, especially crocodiles. Dozens of people die each year from attacks by these reptiles, most of the victims being children and women who go to the river to bathe, fetch water, or wash clothes. 10. Snakes, including pythons, vipers, and cobras, can be found throughout the country. There are also flamingos, cranes, storks, herons, pelicans, ibises, and other waterfowl, mainly in the wet areas of the northwest. These animals enrich biodiversity and provide many research opportunities for scientists. 11. Mozambique is a country with an economy based mainly on agriculture and fishing. More than 80% of the population works in this sector, with major exports including shrimp, cotton, sugar, and citrus. In particular, Mozambique is one of the largest producers of cashew nuts in Africa, a product that is popular not only domestically but also internationally. 12. In addition to agriculture, mining also plays an important role in Mozambique's economy. Major resources such as gold and tantalum, a metal used in electronics manufacturing, contribute significantly to the national income. The growth of the mining industry has opened up many job opportunities and boosted the country's economy. 13. About a third of Mozambique's population lives in urban areas, with major cities such as Maputo, Beira, and Nampula. However, the majority of the population still lives in rural areas in traditional huts. There are distinct differences between urban and rural life, but both contribute to the country's rich and diverse culture. 14. Mozambique is a multilingual country with more than 80 languages spoken. Common languages include Swahili, Shona, and Saya, while Portuguese is the official language and is taught in schools. This linguistic diversity reflects the richness of Mozambique's culture and heritage. 15. With a long coastline along the Mozambique Channel, the country has some of the best natural harbors in Africa, facilitating the development of a maritime economy. In addition, white sandy beaches are attractive destinations for tourists, while fertile soil in the north and center supports a diverse agricultural sector. The Zambezi River also provides abundant water for irrigation and is the basis for the region's hydroelectric industry. 16. Mozambique has experienced many events in its recent history, from its independence in 1975 to internal conflict between the Marxist government and anti-communist forces. This war had a great impact on the country and its people, but Mozambique continued to build and develop. 17. The civil war in Mozambique, which began in 1977 and lasted until 1992, caused serious damage. More than 4 million people were displaced, and 1 million died from violence, famine, and disease. The war also severely depleted wildlife populations, especially large mammals in national parks. 18. Mozambique has been inhabited since the 4th century BC, and the first coastal settlements were established in the 9th century AD. This period saw the dominance of Swahili culture, which helped shape Mozambique's history and culture. 19. Vasco da Gama arrived in Mozambique in 1498, and the port cities became important hubs for trade in the Indian Ocean. The Portuguese presence had a lasting impact on the country's culture and economy until Mozambique gained independence in 1975. 20. The name Mozambique comes from an Arab trader named Musa Alek, who settled on an offshore island in the 15th century. The capital was originally located on the island before being moved to Maputo in 1898. This is part of the rich history we are proud of. 21. During the 18th century, Mozambique was an important center for the slave trade. Yao traders developed a slave trade network from the Morav area around the tip of Lake Nyasa to Kilwa in the island of Mozambique. These traders took advantage of the terrain and economic conditions to maintain and develop their human trafficking network. 22. Lake Nyasa, also known as Lake Malawi, is the largest lake in Mozambique and is shared between Mozambique, Malawi, and Tanzania. One of the most famous legends of the lake is that of the Zimu sea snake. In 1905, a newspaper reported that a group of missionaries were attacked by a sea snake while they were traveling on the lake, creating a fascinating story about the mysteries of Lake Nyasa. 23. Mozambique Island, located in Nampula Province, is a unique site that has been recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. The island was the first settlement of the Portuguese and is home to the São Sebastião Fortress. Once a major trading post on the India route, Mozambique Island is rich in history and unique in architectural beauty. 24. Ponta do Ouro is a popular holiday destination, especially for South African tourists due to its proximity to the border. With its beautiful golden beaches and numerous resorts, Ponta do Ouro is an ideal place to relax. Nearby Ponta Malangane also offers nesting sites for loggerhead and leatherback turtles, making for a fascinating ecotourism experience. 25. Gorongosa National Park, located at the southern end of the African Rift Valley, suffered heavily during the Mozambican Civil War. Most of the large animals were poached, leaving only about 200 elephants. Thanks to conservation efforts, the elephant population has begun to rise again and is now monitored and protected by park rangers. 26. The discovery of vast oil and natural gas deposits off the northern coast of Mozambique has spurred the development of new industries in the area. Mozambique's main trading partners include South Africa, India, the Netherlands, China, the United Arab Emirates, and Portugal. 27. Under long Portuguese rule, the Portuguese language and culture remain strongly present in Mozambique. Portuguese and Catholicism are important elements of the country's cultural and religious life. However, indigenous cultures also play an important role, contributing to the diversity and richness of Mozambican society. 28. About 2.1 million Mozambicans are living with HIV or AIDS, placing the country among the top 3, with the highest rates of infection after South Africa and India. The HIV/AIDS epidemic is a major challenge to Mozambique's healthcare and social development systems. 29. Peri peri is a spicy sauce or condiment made from red chilies and used in many traditional Mozambican dishes. Peri means pepper in Swahili. The sauce also contains lemon, garlic, and onions, creating a distinctive flavor that is indispensable in local cuisine. 30. Matapa, also known as mukini, is a traditional Mozambican dish made from stir-fried cassava leaves mixed with ground nuts or cashews in a thick sauce. This dish is often served with rice, creating a nutritious meal with a rich local flavor. 31. Mozambique is home to many rare and endangered species of animals and plants. In particular, the country is famous for its communities of black and white colobus monkeys and gelada baboons. This biodiversity creates a rich ecosystem and is an attractive destination for scientists and nature-loving tourists. 32. The majority of Mozambicans speak languages belonging to the Bantu branch of the Niger-Congo language group. Among them, languages such as Makwa, Lumwi, Tsonga, Sina, Shona, and Chopi are the most widespread. This linguistic diversity reflects the richness of the country's culture and traditions. 33. Small groups in the far south and throughout Mozambique share languages with peoples from South Africa and Zimbabwe. This is the result of large population movements in the 19th century when Nguni people migrated through the region, bringing their language and culture with them. 34. The most densely populated rural areas of Mozambique are those with the best soil and climate, including the valleys of the Lurio and Lukungo rivers and the coastal plain between them in the lower part of the Limpopo Valley. These areas are ideal for agriculture and living. 35. People in small settlements in Mozambique often grow a variety of crops in diverse environments to reduce the risk of famine in the event of floods, droughts, pests, or other natural disasters. This farming method helps ensure food stability for the community. 36. In 1962, representatives of Mozambican political groups in exile met in Tanganyika, now Tanzania, and formed the Mozambique Liberation Front Frelimo. Eduardo Mondlane was its first president. Frelimo initiated the War for Independence, which was achieved in 1975 with the Lusaka Agreements with Portugal. 37. Mozambique has one of the highest infant mortality rates in the world, while life expectancy is among the lowest compared to other African countries. 2/5 of Mozambique's population is under 15 years of age, and 3/4 are under 30, indicating a young population structure. 38. During the colonial period, Mozambicans worked in neighboring countries as contract and independent workers, particularly in the mining areas of South Africa, and on farms and in the cities of Rhodesia, now Zimbabwe. These workers made important contributions to the economies of neighboring countries. 39. Forests along the Beira Railway and in the Zambezia province in northern Mozambique have been exploited since independence as the country's main source of fuel, firewood, and charcoal. The fact that more timber is being cut than is being replaced by reforestation initiatives has raised concerns about the long-term ecological impact of eucalyptus plantations. 40. Mozambique's national currency is the medical, spelled medicais in the plural. Since the 1990s, Mozambique has privatized its banking sector and borrowed heavily to finance development and combat foreign exchange shortages. These economic reforms help to promote growth and financial stability in the country. 41. Private aircraft were the first form of regular air travel in Mozambique. After World War II, the Portuguese national airline opened a route between Beira and Maputo. During the colonial period, the country developed its own airline, which was replaced in 1980 by Mozambique Airlines. 42. In November 1990, Mozambique adopted a new constitution, marking a significant change in government. It introduced multi-party elections, universal suffrage, and secret ballots, abolished the death penalty, and affirmed freedom of the press and the right of workers to strike. 43. Mozambican society has traditionally been centered around the family and community. However, the government opposes traditional practices such as polygamy and various initiation rites, as well as the rule of chiefs who have held positions of power since the colonial period. 44. In the late 1990s, the Mozambican government halted its campaigns against polygamy and initiation rites, recognizing that these practices were difficult to legislate. Other local authorities and regulators have played an important role in governance. 45. The staple food of the Mozambican people is cassava, which is cooked, mashed, and served with sauces or masala. Rice is also the basis of many meals and is often eaten with beans. Indian influence is noticeable in the types of bread and the use of curry as a flavoring. 46. Mozambique has produced some of Africa's most important writers and artists. Since the early 20th century, writers and journalists have published their own newspapers in Maputo, called O Africano and later O Brado Africano. Despite colonial censorship, these newspapers have provided a forum for African intellectuals and writers for decades. 47. Mozambique's popular music combines Western and African influences. A popular musical style is marabenta, which originated in the 1950s and was first performed on homemade guitars. Marabenta lyrics are often political. The dance associated with this style is performed throughout the country. 48. The country of Mozambique is well known for its scenic locations, offering tourists a diverse range of cultural and natural attractions. Places such as the Inhaca Islands, the Bizarroto Archipelago, and the Quirimbas National Park offer some of the best experiences for nature lovers and adventurers alike. The islands boast pristine beaches and coral reefs, while Quirimbas National Park is home to unique species of animals and plants that cannot be found anywhere else. 49. The city of Beira, located on the Mozambique Channel, is the second largest city in the country and serves as a vital port. Its strategic location provides a link between the interior of southern Africa and the Indian Ocean. Beira has a rich history and colonial architecture, offering a glimpse into the country's past. 50. Mozambique has a strong tradition of handicrafts, including basketry, pottery, and carvings. Artists often use traditional techniques passed down through generations to create unique and intricate pieces that are highly valued in both local and international markets. The country's vibrant arts and crafts scene plays an essential role in preserving its cultural heritage. Mozambique, a pristine paradise for budget travelers. Mozambique, a hidden gem of Africa, awaits adventurous souls with its untouched beauty and budget-friendly travel costs. To fully experience this country without breaking the bank, plan your trip during the low season, from December to April. This is the perfect time to enjoy warm sunny days, avoid crowds of tourists, and most importantly, take advantage of significantly lower prices for accommodations and services. To save on transportation costs, consider flying during the low season or look for flights to smaller airports, where fares are typically cheaper. Once you've arrived in Mozambique, use public transportation like buses and trains to travel between cities and towns. If you're traveling with a group of friends, consider carpooling to split the costs. And if you're in a small town or city, don't hesitate to explore the charming streets and local life by bike or on foot. When it comes to accommodation, Mozambique offers a variety of budget-friendly options. You can find cozy and affordable guest houses in most towns and cities. If you love nature and crave a bit of adventure, try camping amidst the stunning wilderness of national parks or nature reserves. Or for a truly authentic experience, seek out homestays or cultural exchange programs where you can live with locals and learn about their way of life and customs. Mozambican cuisine is another highlight of a budget-friendly trip. Don't miss the chance to savor delicious and flavorful local dishes at affordable eateries, where you can experience authentic cuisine without spending a fortune. If your accommodation has a kitchen, try cooking your own meals with fresh ingredients from local markets to save even more. And remember to pack some snacks to avoid buying expensive treats on the go. Mozambique is not only an ideal destination for budget-minded travelers, but also a paradise for those seeking natural beauty and unique culture. Take the time to enjoy free activities like strolling along pristine beaches, exploring traditional villages with unique architecture and a laid-back lifestyle, or immersing yourself in the breathtaking scenery of national parks. To make your trip even more fulfilling, learn a few basic Portuguese phrases to communicate with locals, carry enough cash as not all places accept credit cards, and don't forget to purchase travel insurance for peace of mind and convenience throughout your journey. With careful planning and a bit of adventurous spirit, you can absolutely have a memorable and budget-friendly trip to Mozambique. Let Mozambique captivate you with its untouched beauty, diverse culture, and the warm hospitality of its people. As we wrap up our journey through the vibrant tapestry of Mozambique, we're left with a profound appreciation for its rich culture, resilient people, and breathtaking wildlife. From the rhythmic beats of traditional dances to the heartwarming smiles of locals, Mozambique has truly touched our hearts. But the story doesn't end here. The conservation efforts we witnessed are a testament to the unwavering dedication of those working tirelessly to protect this natural paradise. We urge you to join us in supporting these vital initiatives. Like, share, and subscribe to spread the word about Mozambique's beauty and the importance of preserving it for generations to come. Let's ensure that the magic of this extraordinary country continues to thrive.